It's been what, a few weeks since this game was announced, and I am finally getting my chance to discuss this bullshit. I know, I'm a little bit behind on current events and shit like that, but the one thing I'm never behind on is telling the YouTube auditor to go fuck himself. Now, here's the deal. I mentioned this in a prior video in passing, but it deserves the full explanation. I will not be buying Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. I refuse to spend money on a game that I can tell right from the start is gonna have shit that will absolutely piss me off. So the answer is a resounding, oh hell fucking no, I am not spending one single penny on buying this shit. And those of you who've been around my channel long enough know I do not bullshit you when it comes to purchasing or avoiding a certain game. 2 years ago, I said I will not be buying Black Ops 2, and tons of people doubted me. Not a video went by without one of my subscribers questioning whether or not I would actually buy that piece of shit and whether or not I would cave into social pressures of buying another Call of Duty game. Yet, at the end of the year, I never bought the game. I did, however, play it at a friend's house and whatnot, so I do have to admit that. So I got in a few online games that felt like the same laggy shit as all the other prior years, and I happened to play the campaign, which had a decent storyline, but it felt like the same usual garbage from Treyarch. You know what, on a side note, seriously, Treyarch, you have no fucking excuses for the next game for making piss-poor enemy intelligence. There is no studio that makes a AAA game with worse enemy AI than you guys. Holy fucking shit. You guys are absolutely horrible at enemy intelligence. The bad guys just stand out in the open, just allowing you to shoot them. The ones that do take cover pop out in the same position over and over and over again. It's like fucking whack-a-mole, man. They never move or flank you at any point during the fighting conflict, and a good portion of the time, you will see them running away from the action with their backs turned to you, allowing you to shoot them and kill them. You know what, man? I'm gonna save this all for my rants when I get to Call of Duty week on my goodbye PlayStation 3 series. I have plenty of rant about when it comes to the enemy intelligence in Treyarch games, so I'm not gonna blow my load in this video, but I'm gonna save all my anger up for another good fucking rant later, because man, I'm gonna blow the roof off this motherfucker when I get to World at War and Black Ops 1 up in this bitch. But anyway, man, the point is, I was saying that I wasn't gonna buy Black Ops 2, and I didn't buy it. But I did sample the shit at a friend's house, and I did not spend a single iota on that motherfucker. Around the same exact time last year, Ghost was announced, and after giving up on Modern Warfare 3, not buying Black Ops 2, I figured Ghost was going to be more of the same bullshit. And when I saw the trailer, nothing really inspired me to buy the game. Look, the past two games that I actually played, Modern Warfare 3 and Black Ops 1, they were awful games. They were absolutely horrific. So I was not looking forward to buying another Call of Duty game, knowing that I was burned by the prior two that I had just played. So my expectations for the Ghost story were pretty low. For me to actually buy a Call of Duty game, I wanted to see something that made me excited for the game. While the trailer looked okay, there was nothing in any of the promotional material that said, yes, I need to buy this motherfucker. Nothing. Not one single thing. It seemed like every other Call of Duty game that came before it. Obviously, I have the game, and had it not been for a subscriber who provided me with a hookup for a free code, I would have been perfectly happy skipping this game. Of course, I didn't believe this motherfucker at first. But sure enough, when he came through with the actual game and I actually got the copy in the mail, I had Call of Duty Ghost to play this year. And as I have stated from day one, from the very first video I did about this game, Ghost is merely average. It is not the best or worst Call of Duty game. It made some improvements, added some annoying things, but overall, just a plain vanilla and safe game. But again, when we get to Ghost in the Goodbye PlayStation 3 series, I'll be able to talk more about that. But obviously, during the entire year, I've mentioned all my feelings about this fucking game. It is basically average. Now, in being free, you tend to look at a game in a different light compared to if you actually paid for the thing. Think about it. You paid $60 for a meal. You better hope that shit is delicious, right? You get a free sandwich. If that sandwich ain't tasty, you really don't give two fucks because the shit was free in the first place, right? That's how I look at Ghost. It was nice, but it was free. I didn't pay anything. I didn't invest anything other than my time, and I was willing to invest some time to try to keep myself entertained and to try to keep you guys entertained on YouTube. But going into the game, there was nothing about the promotional material that made me say, oh hell fucking no, I ain't playing this shit. The only reactions I had to the game were that at least it was something different than the Modern Warfare narrative. Which brings me to Advanced Warfare. From the reveal trailer alone, I'm not talking about any multiplayer shit, additional info that's come out since then. I'm just talking from the reveal trailer. There are two things you can take away from that. One, Activision knows how to create excellent trailers. Let's be honest about this, man. I don't care what you think about their three studios. I don't care if you like Call of Duty, but they know how to put together a damn good trailer that piques your interest. That doesn't speak to the quality of the game. It only shows that Activision knows how to market their games very well, and they know how to draw hype to their products. The second thing that I saw was way too much bullshit that's gonna piss me off in multiplayer. Between the human exoskeletons, thermal map detection bullshit, wall climbing, which is basically just a ripoff of the Parker and Titanfall, to invisibility. Oh my god, man, invisibility. I mean, if there's anything that will turn me off to a game quicker than a fat kid eating a blueberry muffin, it's invisibility in the game. And of course, you can't forget about that commando cunt punt kick that we saw from the campaign. Holy fucking shit. If they add a commando lunging cunt punt to the game, it deserves to be burned to the ground. You know that this shit is going to be fucking annoying in multiplayer. And you know that most of this garbage that we saw is going to be used by the shittiest and cheapest players possible. So why the fuck would you even add any of this shit to the game? Why would you even show it in the trailers, man? Granted, we haven't seen a multiplayer trailer yet, and I wanted to make sure I posted up this video before they actually got to E3 when they're going to reveal that bullshit. But let's get real. The majority of the shit we just saw in this trailer is going to be similar shit that we saw in Black Ops 2. Unrealistic bullshit that does not exist. And of course, developers lied through their ass hairs about, oh, this tech is only 5 years away, and we only use devices that are currently being developed. Bull fucking shit. Treyarch lies like the bunch of cunts that they really are. That is all that company is good at. Lying. Infinity Ward bullshits us about the use of military dogs, and Sledgehammer is gonna bullshit about the technology that's being used in this game. Human mech suits are not even remotely close to being put in development. Those are the shits that people ride around in, controlling the arms and shit like robots and assholes. The closest exoskeleton suits that are being created are for medical purposes, like helping paralyzed people walk again, or people who are missing limbs. That's another option besides prosthetics and shit like that. Invisibility devices do not exist. Walking tanks will never exist because the legs are structural weaknesses. This has been debunked by Mythbusters for a very long time. It's the main reason why you will never see them used, why the military will not even consider a walking tank. Quad rotor planes have the same problem and have been debunked by every single military country. Why? Structural weakness. Anything that requires a propeller to maneuver will not outperform a vehicle with an engine. So the shit that we've seen from Black Ops 2 to Ghost to Advanced Warfare is 100% science fiction. Any studio that claims this technology is on the horizon is full of fucking shit. They are just lying to sell their fucking product. Bottom line, none of them want to say that, none of them will admit that, but they're all full of shit. Now, even with all the lying, the majority of this shit is making its way to multiplayer. Don't think for one second that those clips they've showed us were just for shits and giggles. No. Majority of that crap is making its way to multiplayer. Invisibility is obviously going to be my biggest pet peeve, and I've learned my lessons in games with invisibility. It's great for co-op, but it totally sucks ass in a competitive multiplayer. For all this futuristic sci-fi shit, I'd rather just play a sci-fi game that doesn't pretend to be based on real life. You know, Destiny is certainly not even remotely close to real life. That's a science fiction game. Mass Effect is straight up science fiction. And even then, crap like invisibility, super jumps, magic powers and shit would annoy the fuck out of me online. I'll tell you right now, I have no intention of playing player versus player in Destiny. I'm playing that shit for co-op, man. So before even seeing the multiplayer trailer for Sledgehammer's new game, I know I am not going to like it. The shit from the reveal trailer of the campaign will filter over to multiplayer, and I immediately lose interest in that motherfucker. With Ghost, yes, we saw some elements of bullshit. Yes, we saw the fucking guard dog that attacked people like it's a fucking war tiger or something. Oh god, man, that's stupid shit. We had the motion sensor crap, but it didn't have exoskeletons. It doesn't have invisibility. It doesn't have walking tanks or other sci-fi bullshit. You know, the Griffin, the Vulture, the Night Owl, they're fucking annoying. But neither one of them are a real pain in the ass. You know, the Griffin is fucking useless 10 feet off the ground. I fucking blow that shit up more times than actually kill people, man. The Vulture doesn't get any kills, and the Night Owl is just a fucking moving trophy system that's annoying as shit. Doesn't really do anything. People are going to take the support. They're not going to take that piece of shit. But aside from that, multiplayer in Ghost was pretty tame compared to the shit we've seen in prior games. And by tame, I mean not a lot of bullshit. I'll tell you right now, just seeing the past 3 trailers for Call of Duty, I can tell you that my reaction from each one has really determined whether or not I would even bother with the game. Seeing Black Ops 2 and Future Warfare, I said hell no. No way in hell would I play that shit online. Seeing Ghost, I said it looks like the same shit as before, but I don't see any overwhelming amount of bullshit in the game. Seeing Advanced Warfare, I see tons of shit that would frustrate me online. The campaign looks decent. You know, anything with Kevin Spacey is an instant improvement. Think about it, man. Take any average movie, add Kevin Spacey, and now you have something excellent, man. I wouldn't mind playing this at a friend's house, similar to what I did in Black Ops 2, or borrowing it from a friend sometime down the road, but I would not spend any money on this shit. For what? A 4-hour campaign with Michael Bay explosions? Come on, man. I ain't got time for that bullshit. And that brings me to my final point. Last year, my subscriber was nice enough to offer me a code for the free version of Ghost, but at no point did he spend any money on the thing. He just happened to have a code for the PlayStation 3 version, and he offered that to me. I don't want people doing this with Advanced Warfare, or for any game that matter. You know, a funny thing happened. When I told the story last year that I got a free code for Ghost, a number of people on my friends list, a number of subscribers would send me messages. They offered to buy me games, or they offered me the ability to log into their accounts and download a game that they already purchased. You know, while it's flattering for people to offer me things, but I don't want you guys to do that. You know, I'm a big boy. I can afford my own shit. I can purchase my own games when I want. I appreciate the gesture, but you guys don't have to get me games, and you certainly don't have to pay for them or offer a stranger your login credentials to your account. Come on, guys. You seriously going to offer me a chance to log into your account? I turned down all those offers because it's not in my nature to accept these kinds of gifts from other people, especially things that you guys are paying for, man. You know, a free code is one thing. A code that would have gone to waste otherwise wasn't a bad idea. And since no money was spent and the voucher would have gone unused and the game would have been paid for by some asshole, which would have went into the pockets of Activision and Infinity Ward, so I didn't want that shit. But I don't want anyone buying me a game. I don't want anyone buying me a code, spending any money of just so I can have a game. No, you guys, keep your money. Don't send me anything. Don't offer me a chance to log into your account because I'm not going to take it. I appreciate the gesture, but it's just not in my nature to accept. Now, if you happen to get a free voucher or a beta code or something, that's one thing, because you're not spending any money. That being said, if I got a code from this game, I wouldn't turn it down, but in looking at the content of Advanced Warfare, I can tell you that if I got a free copy of this game, I wouldn't waste any of my time playing online with this bullshit. I'd probably play the campaign. That's about all I would touch in this game, maybe some co-op if they happen to have it, but for anyone who happens to get a free code or whatever it is, don't feel compelled to offer that to me. I'm telling you right now, give it to a friend, give it to a family member, give it to the girl down the block with the fat ass who you want to bang. Whoever it is, but I should be the last person that you guys consider. I really do not have any motivation to play this game, so I don't want you guys giving me a code hoping that I'm going to be playing this game online when the fact is that I probably won't. So anyways, this pretty much sums up exactly why I do not want to buy the next game, why I won't be playing this motherfucker. Hopefully, I'm keeping my fingers crossed that Destiny's going to be keeping me busy up in this motherfucker, but in any event, I will not be getting this Call of Duty. I will not be getting the next Call of Duty because it's going to be a Treyarch game. So the only hope left will be Ghost 2, and I'll tell you right now, that game's probably also going to be a piece of shit. So as always, rate, comment, subscribe, and all that good shit, and I'll see you guys in the next video.